scene, and Ray and the God, they were smashing there, wasn't that? Was Les Mis, and that was absolutely fantastic, wasn't it? Hello to Seamus and Leo, two stalwarts at the tops way back. I saw you down there. Well done. What about that O'Neill? My Jesus. He's after, since he got the job in the corporation, he's after visiting more countries than the Pope. I met Kathleen outside. She had a lovely scarf on her. I said, "That's a lovely scarf, Kathleen." She said he brought it back from Bilbao. She says, "I remember telling you wouldn't bring her in a rock from Tramore." What a man, though. He went and said in Pat Hayes, they went on a tremendous diet for charity. Charles lost, I don't know what it was, about 3 or 4 stone. A week after he completed the diet, he went into Dr. McCann with a pain in his stomach. Liam said to him, "What's up with you?" "A terrible pain in my stomach." He says, "Probably the diet." "No," he said, "it's something else." "Well, did you eat anything last night?" And Charles said, "Yeah. 6 battered sausages, a large chip, 2 hamburgers, a frankfurter and a pig's foot." He says, "That's overindulgence." He says, "No, over in the Mayor's Walk." What a man. And down there we have a couple of famous people down there. There's a man down there who got quite famous many, many years ago. He came from Dominic's place and he went over, his mother sent him over as a war child over to Austria. What a man. My God Almighty. He was over there in Brussels, first of all. He was over there in the Conservatoire, La Musique, La Belgique, in Brussels. When he came back, he brought us back Brussels sprouts. We didn't know what they were when he came back. From there, he went to Vienna. He brought a Vienna back, and we didn't know what Vienna's were when he came back from there either. Came back to Vienna, where he starred in an operetta over there with one of the great Austrian sopranos, Fanny van Schlucken. Now, himself and Fanny were great friends. Now, for many years, they toured on the continent of Europe before he came over here to come back to his employment in the Iron Founders. Now, he's known to you as Johnny Drone. But to this day, if you walk down any street in Vienna, they call him by his proper name, Johann Drohan. There's another great stalwart at his house, Johnny Drone. He was a tremendous man when he was on the stage here. Everybody was great. We used to tell gags and all sorts of things. And I'll tell you a true story in a minute. But I want to tell you a gag about a fellow who went into Dr. Paul Welsh, and he says to Paul, "I have a terrible problem," he said. "What's that?" says Paul. "Well, when I wake up in the morning," he said, "the first thing he said, I start singing Delilah. At lunchtime, he says, it's the green, green grass at home. And he says, the boy from nowhere before I go to bed." He said to him, "I tell you what now," he says, "you have a little known syndrome. It's called the Tom Jones syndrome." He said, "Is it bad?" He says, "It's not unusual." So anyway, let me tell you the true story about the players, John Player Tops, and the Tops before it became John Players, because everybody has only a certain amount of time out here, and I'm already getting the beg to say that my time is up. So I tell you the story about, I worked in a company called the National Board and Paper Mills, and over in the National Board and Paper Mills, there was a pile of us in the office. The late Tom Dunphy was in the office, a fellow called Conor Wiley, Brendan Byer, and myself. And then an American company came over and took us over. And, you know, these fellows used to send managers over here on 2-year contracts. And we got a fellow out of the blue called Mr. Bill Shannon. And when he came here and discovered there was a River Shannon, he thought he was Irish, you see. And at the Christmas parties, he'd be saying things like, "Eddie, you want to hear some of my Gaelic?" "Yes, Mr. Shannon." "Conas at home, eh?" And wanting to get on in the job, I'd say, "Geez, you're great." He'd say, "Would you like to propose a toast in Gaelic for me, encompassing the feelings of the people of Tennessee for the people of Ireland?" I say, "I will. The man here did to Wirra, a tall on the grass, a tall here in the lattice, a banner rubbing eye. This is one of the third when yes, never with a war day, figure in a paggy inish, agus a ruler marsh." You see, that was beautiful. Could you translate it, Eddie? We, your brothers on this side of the Atlantic, extend a warm hand of friendship to you, the people from Tennessee. Conor, would you like to reply? "I will. All now here, a tire nab."
Bye.